I don't know if you guys just saw that epic yawn. All right, guys. Welcome back. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. We're first review the watch list, and then we trade the market open every day. I'm not the biggest fan of the lead gappers we have today. I'm not gonna lie, but before we talk about that, guys, hopefully you guys are all feeling good, ready to go. Today, after all, is Tuesday, just the beginning of the week here still. It is the 27th of October, and it's 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we got another pretty much 29 minutes before the market opens at 9:30, and like always, we'll be wrapping up around 11. SPY is looking a little bit better today, just kind of break even, right? So hopefully it's going to be a little bit more calm out here with the large caps, then we could find some more interesting stuff with the small caps. It's kind of what I'm hoping for. Let's see what we get. We have some bigger support right here around the 180 moving average, simple moving average. So let's see if this area holds for now. Either this is going to be a bit of a flag pattern. We're going to see some sort of breakout from here to the upside. Right now it looks like a bit of a failed flag pattern, but sometimes you have these little moves to the downside before there's a continuation. Never know what's going to happen, but for now we definitely know there's some big support right around here at 340. My computer is a little bit extra slow right now. I feel like nothing's really going as quick as I would like it to. So, oh boy. Morning, guys. Hey, Corey. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the lead gappers here right after I throw up the quick disclaimer, and then keep moving along. I'm actually down a little bit pre-market, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm down $154 so far, all on SPI, which is kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Not so much that I'm down, whatever. Down up pre-market doesn't, usually put me in any sort of mood. But I gotta say with SPI, I was really dropping the ball on this one. So let's go ahead and talk about this one first. I traded it already like 10 times, and every time I was up like, I don't know, 1% or so, I was like, okay, this is looking good. I'm not trying to get greedy or anything, looking for a simple base hit. Base hits usually like 3%, 4%. And then, sometimes we get to like that 1.5 and they would just sell off again. I was fairly conservative, but later in this area, I was trying to buy a few breakouts, all of which did not work, or at least did not hold up. So I was kind of fumbling around here a lot. Some winners, some losers. And then here I tried to do another breakout from 9 EMA. This one didn't work. And then I tried another one here. This didn't work either. All of these were tiny losses. I don't think I had a loss more than like $40 or $50. It was just a lot of like, wasn't getting the follow through that I was looking for. So I don't know, since pre-market with SPI is not too exciting at the moment, maybe at the open we're going to see some more action. But SPI we've traded twice in September, I think 23rd, and then last month October, mid-October, and oftentimes this one will be very strong for a little bit, but the rest of the time very weak. So really want to be looking for the strength. And the first time it popped up, it had that ridiculously strong move, kind of late day or like midday. This huge move, you guys probably remember. We wrapped up the stream in the recap video. I was just watching this thing explode all the way to $46. This is like when all of a sudden I felt like, okay, the summer lull is kind of coming to an end. We got some big moves coming up. This is really nice. The problem with, last time SPI, was moving up pre-market a lot, and then into the open it sold off. Might be the same story here again, so I'm a little cautious. But yeah, last time it wasn't really until kind of noon till 1 p.m. almost where we had that last, big momentum. And actually most of the morning, it was kind of a bit of a sleeper. So just keep that in mind. If you're buying dips on this one, take your profits quickly. And then if you see some momentum kicking up in this one, then maybe it's time to get a little bit more aggressive. Kind of what I was trying pre-market, but it wasn't working yet so far. So I think I was getting too aggressive when the volume really wasn't there yet. I see you guys calling out OPTT. Really quickly before we talk about OPTT, just for reference here, the SPI, Hong Kong Solar Company, we've talked about this so many times in the past, 13 million float, 140 market cap. I'll just slide it over here. And remember, guys, you can get this all in the first pin comment. They're kind of closing, they're spinning off one of their solar companies, subsidiaries. So I wonder if that's going to be kind of an interesting catalyst. We'll kind of see. I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually kind of a good catalyst. Just SPI has a lot of backholders, I think, at this point. That's the thing we have to be most worried about. OPTT, really nice move so far. It is in a solid little uptrend here as well. Bigger resistance at 2.5 and 3. Right now we're kind of approaching that 2.5 zone. Keeping an eye on SPI on my second screen. And also keep in mind that SPI is sold off now 18% from pre-market highs, which isn't that much, but it wasn't up that much to begin with. Zero Blue, yeah, we just reviewed the SPI trades. I'm down about 150 on SPI right now. Uh-oh, I think we have to restart TOS, guys. You guys see this issue that just popped up on my screen? Not looking good. For some reason, it looks like we didn't have to restart it yet. Last time I had that issue, I had to restart it. So, kind of curious what's going on here. Huh, okay. SPI trying to curl back above 10 could be an interesting opportunity for this ticker. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I think it could be a really, really good buy in these zones. $10.5 has been pretty big support in the past on this ticker. GeoED, surprisingly kind of picking up some volume here. I wasn't looking at this one for a while because We didn't see any volume on this one, so I didn't find it too interesting. But finally, little pops of volume coming in here. I feel like, man, I'm really not sold on a lot of the tickers we're seeing today. I do want to kind of talk about our main lead gapper right now while we have time. ISIG, USA Advertising Company. They actually filed a Schedule 13D. I was a little bit kind of curious about this one. At first, I couldn't find any catalyst, and then I found they had the filing. So it looks like the owner is going to be buying some shares, who recently just sold a bunch of shares. I almost feel like he's day trading his own stock if you look at his entries and exits. So we're getting kind of close to the point again where he actually sold around 181. So I'm thinking ISIG, just want to be careful with this ticker. I don't know if this has a lot of longevity behind it. But yeah, with small caps, you pretty much have to be trading price action. You don't really know how far a lot of these tickers are going to run, obviously. It really depends how much other traders are interested in it. For now, I'm still kind of interested in SPI because I know this one has the potential to make really, really big moves. On the way to the downside, you just got to be careful. You want to be trading those dips fairly quickly. But I think, we could probably manage SPI okay. So I really probably want to be focused on SPI a little bit closer. Yeah, final countdown for sure, for sure. I'm still thinking we might snag one more trade here, so I'm just going to watch it. All right, I'm going to keep SPI open on my second screen, and then we'll check out some of the other tickers on the main screen. I think OPTT does have that opportunity to maybe run to, 2.5 is that next big resistance zone. We already kind of approached 2.4, so maybe that's going to be the high. Bigger support around 220. Not interested in trading this one just yet. Staffing Solutions, they actually did a debt restructuring, so they're up on that. Actually kind of a nice catalyst. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw staff making some decent moves today. I think it's worth looking at. It has a nice fast rate of change, so for sure I want to be focusing on staff a little bit here. With SPI, you just got to remember long term, this thing is really, really rough. Two big recent spikes as well. Wouldn't be surprised that has a bunch of back holders in this ticker. That's why I've been a little bit more conservative with SPI. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Similar situation with staff. This was actually a recent runner as well. So now it's getting back in these close to 2 zones. With that high of like 186 almost. Right in there. And ISIG has been just a bunch of failed kind of one-day spikes. So yeah, guys, it's really not a super nice trading day. It looks like it might be a little bit more like yesterday. Although yesterday, DSS really picked up in the afternoon, pretty much like an hour after we ended the live stream. I was like, oh man, that would have been super fun to trade. But unfortunately, it kind of ran away from us a little bit. That's just how it goes sometimes. Big question here, is OPT going to break out again? I like the fact that it didn't sell off past kind of these lows around 225. Sometimes you see these tickers just pop up for one moment and then right away again they sell off entirely. So far we've had 2 retests in these zones, bounce right up again. It's a bit more promising, but we really need to keep above VWAP for this thing, for people to keep looking at it. SPI trying to make a move back to the upside as well. What I really like about GOED is that 1.57 million float. $43 million market cap. Been a while since we actually looked at gold. There's a bit of a kind of a key pivot zone around 8 I would probably go ahead and mention. It looks like there's some key support around 6.5. Maybe again around 9 is an area worth watching. And this is all the way up now in 16-17 zone. So this is a huge move on GOED. See here, what else can we find on this ticker? One of the largest independent online retailers of household appliances in the U.S. Actually, I had no idea. Adds a fleet of 29 delivery trucks. That's already a pretty big fleet. A deal valued at $210 million. The acquisition will be financed by a combination of cash and equity and expected first quarter. The combination. Yeah, it does sound pretty good. I gotta say, at first with GOED, like I said before, I wasn't too interested in it, but ever since it kind of started popping up a little bit of volume here, I was looking into it a little bit more. It does seem okay, I gotta say. I kind of like the credibility behind this ticker. I don't know much about the company itself, but you know, when you're day trading, you don't have the time to look into companies too much. So then it's a little bit less important as long as you can adjust to the current price action. You can see how slow my computer is right now. It's kind of ridiculous. It's on fire. Whew, this thing is really working right now. It's funny how I've never actually heard about this company before. It's one of the biggest home appliance online stores. Interesting, interesting, interesting. All right, so let's keep an eye on this ticker for sure. It's at new all-time highs, which is always exciting because you don't really know how much more it's going to go. So I'm definitely going to be watching GOED out of the gates and SPI. I might keep an eye on OPTT, but I don't really like the fact that it was kind of so far just a one trick pony. Now it's pulling back again. So yeah, life. That's a valid point. You never know. I wouldn't expect an offering to actually. Yeah, now I gotta say. There could be an offering. I mean, this spike all happened today, right? Usually on the first days, you know, can be spikes, offerings as well, but maybe later in the day. So that's kind of what I'm going to be hoping for, obviously, and that's usually why we're trading a little bit more aggressively earlier on in the day. So I think with GOED, let's keep an eye out for a move around. I don't know, something a break of 17.5 and to 20. That's what we're looking for. With a float like 2 million, this thing is absolutely explosive. 1.5 million. OPTT, what's the new news? Feel free to post news, guys, if there is any. Feel free to just say what it is. I don't see any new news, just the same one we had before. George, I feel you there. But it's always good. Talking about bathroom, might as well go for a little bit and be extra ready to go in the market open. JOED looks kind of interesting though right now. I'll see you guys in a few moments. And in the meantime, I will throw on a disclaimer again. All right, guys, another 2 minutes here before the market opens. It's a good time to make sure you have everything ready to go. Comment collected. No need to rush into anything. I'm a little bit red this morning, so no need to take it too risky here. SPI around 950 is definitely big support. I'm not sure we're kind of sell-offering it yet if we're going to get another move like that. So I'm going to keep watching that one on my second screen and GOED on my first screen. I wouldn't mind watching OPTT a bit more, but at the moment it's not necessarily one of the lead gappers, only up 10%. So let's see if it goes a little bit more. I'm going to keep my eyes on the bigger ones, SPI, possibly staff, but I'm not super stoked about staff. But it is kind of holding this area. Got to give it to it. So could easily see that break of 1.7 on staff. Diego says no trading today. Nothing seems interesting. Yeah, you don't have to trade every single day. I think that's always a really important thing to remember. And sometimes it's really good to really just go away and then remember I really don't have to trade today. Since I'm streaming here, I'm always trying to find something. I do feel like every day there's a few good opportunities, right? And that's what we're looking for. I think something I have to work on is restraining myself from jumping into a ticker that doesn't present that good opportunity, just like I did with SPI. I think that's why I was red on this one, because I was kind of, trying to create the opportunity. All right, guys, good luck, everyone. Here we go. SPI instantly sells down. No surprise there at first. I don't know how much this is going to go down. Going to the 50s like we were discussing. I wonder if this is going to get halted. Wow, huge dip all the way to $9. That was insane. This has the potential for maybe even getting halted there. Put a limit order near 9 just in case. Watching GOED. Probably Michael. Big support right below it. Let's see if it holds this area, GOED. So far, not really holding it. Maybe we will break VWAP here in a second. Wow, that was a quick move there. GOED might even get halted here. 14% down. You know, I was actually thinking I would love an entry around here, but I was not expecting a move like that. Still no trades for me. SPI and GOED are the top dollar volume right now, leading by with SPI. I wouldn't be surprised if SPI had a little bit more momentum now that GOED got halted. Unfortunately, it was a halt to the downside, so I'm not sure if it's going to be a super nice push or not. For now, my hands are tied a little bit. I mean, there's not a lot of trading I can do at the moment. I don't really see any good setups. SPI could be a possible setup, but I don't want to jump the gun on this one. SPI might have that move higher from the 9 EMA. SPI, let's go and pull this one up. SPI, I would be looking for that break of the 9 EMA. I'm not sure if it's going to do it now. That was a pretty wicked flush SPI had. I have a little bit of a limit order, kind of thinking around 9. We could see a quick move. ISIG, which was another lead gapper today. Let's see what's happening on this one. Oh yeah, solid move there. Found support at 135 and ripped on back up. SPI retesting the 9 EMA. ISIG. SPI might break $9 to the downside right now. Looking to get an entry here. Starter size. ISIG looking for that continuation. Remember, this one has a very low float. Small position size for now. I'm just going to take my profits here on this one. I don't really trust this ticker too much. Yeah, I could have held just a little bit longer, sold a little too fast. Sold right before it. 8 million float, but was a little bit uneasy. Walked away with 30 bucks profit, maybe at best. Nice move though overall. Had a decent entry. Was a little bit late on my entry, so I wasn't super stoked about it, but it was okay. I was waiting for that break, that quicker move over 155, and since it didn't happen quick enough, that's why I kind of closed out fairly fast. I felt like on a ticker like this, I don't want to be holding it too long. It's a very shaky ticker. I was a little bit nervous that I would be stuck in something like this and figured I'm not in love with this setup, so I'm not going to risk it already being red on the day anyway. Oh, is EVK popping up again? GeoED opened up from the hold, pulled a little bit lower, but then it had a nice little retest there. 8% move, not too bad. CLSK at 8 could be interesting. That was a huge bounce zone before. Maybe even look for a break of 8 to accumulate, calm down. We could talk about it later. Oh, definitely worth checking out later for sure. SPI guys, really trying to break this 9.5 level. Worth looking at. I'm going to wait for a little bit better of a setup, ideally a 5-minute setup. I feel like I'm flying blind again without my scanner working. It's a little bit annoying. Second time it's been delayed, or actually it's been delayed kind of long lately in general. What really makes me nervous on ISIG is kind of the past performance on it. Oof, SPI just had a wicked flush from pretty much 960 to 917 in one very quick move. My TD Ameritrade scanner here on the left side, you can see it's all blank. There's nothing there. Ooh, I'm definitely a little tired today too. SPI looks like it's going to break $9 here. Yep, just broke. Wondering if GOED is going to have a bit of a reversal here. It looks like it's on the 5-minute. There's a bit of a 9 EMA support here. This could be a good little entry spot. The spread is ridiculous on GOED. Not surprised. I guess it got halted. Constantine says, I need Sam Adams to wake up. I think you're absolutely right. Nice little return here on ISIG. Shaky ticker, but it's trying. Okay. Scanner is opening up again. Wow, look at Harley Davidson. Huge rally there. Looks like they're up on earnings. You know, I read that with Corona, people staying in, not going on vacation as much, people are investing in high ticket items more often. So it makes a lot of sense that something like Harley Davidson is up on earnings. You know, if you're in the decision, should I take that vacation or should I, you know, maybe buy that car or buy that motorcycle? Coronavirus kind of made that decision for you. And I spoke with, you know, some friends that own, you know, stores with high ticket items, or I read an article about it as well recently, and it seems to be a big trend. Calm down. This is probably one of the more calm openings we've had in a really long time. Yesterday wasn't a very good open either, but I felt like there was more opportunity in terms of good setup. So today I'm taking it very slow here, not rushing into anything. RXT. Yep. We went long at 1655. I think all of my swings are red right now. It's ridiculous how bad my swings are all doing. Yeah, they're all red, and a lot of these were green not too long ago. So it's been a wicked session here in the last few trading days. In all of our swings, we were kind of accumulating in pretty good areas overall. So crazy that they all kind of sold off a little bit more. Yeah, maybe day trading at Hog isn't even the worst idea. ISIG, guys, huge breakout here after making a bit of a bull flag. Really nice. Big volume. Ticker has that potential to get halted for sure. Selling off. Buying into it here. Looking for a continuation. 155. Strong ticker right now. Not a lot moving. Okay, we're out of this trade. Maybe we'll get a second entry on it. Possible trade starting at 153. Trying to close out on this one. Took a loss on that. Probably forced it a little bit too much. All right, we closed out on that one. Gave back some profits. 2 small wins and then bigger loss. Yeah, I thought we were going to have one last pullback and then a little bit of a continuation from 1.6. I wasn't the biggest fan of ISIG. I've been kind of saying it all day, but with nothing really spiking, sometimes you have that one that everyone just starts looking at and they're like, okay, well, this could be it. So unfortunately, we gave back some profits on that, but yeah, it is what it is. Luckily, we did cut our losses. Still selling off here a little bit. Got to be quick on these tickers. Right now it's having a little bit of a VWAP bounce. Yeah, SRRK popping up here. $36 million volume. I like the healthy trend on this one. 29 million shares outstanding. That's okay. Up on results on trial 2. That's good. Definitely crawling here to the upside. I like what I'm seeing on this one. It's a little bit more of a consistent mover as well. I tend to prefer tickers like this as opposed to ISIG. I like the possible move though on ISIG, and that's why I was trading it. So a huge resistance though right here on SRRK. Let's keep that in mind. Gotta make sure I don't stop myself out here. I'm down about 200 today. So I gotta be careful not to stop myself out. I think we can easily recover. We just gotta keep patient here, wait for the good setups. Technically SPI is setting up a 5-minute breakout, guys. SPI could be worth considering. Worth keeping on the radar, I believe, at this point. Remember, if you're trading SRRK, that it's definitely not necessarily a classic small cap. It's more of a mid cap. So these things tend to be a little bit more choppy. But actually right now, SRRK is fairly clean for sure. ISIG surprisingly held this area. I was like, oh, okay, that flush was pretty strong. I thought maybe it's going to pull back a little bit more, but it didn't. So it's definitely still in play at the moment. A little bit trickier to trade this one. Just kind of keeps flushing everywhere. Just being a little bit cautious. SPI could still be a good entry. I'm keeping an eye on SPI. Down about 8% from the open, which really isn't too much. Yeah, that's a good call. Most larger tickers, you know, 500% plus is, or 500 market cap plus, which I consider a mid cap, tend to be more easy to borrow than the typical small caps, you know, with like 10 million market cap or whatnot. Yeah, so it definitely could be, you know, people looking to short this one that are getting squeezed out for sure on SRRK. I'm still wondering if SPI is going to be an interesting pick. Right now it's 9:52 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're not getting a lot of interesting plays. So SPI, if it finds this kind of base near a dollar and it doesn't break, well, it just broke 9. If it doesn't break 9 with a lot, this could be a bit of a turnaround ticker that I'm going to be looking at. Nice pullback on SRRK near some really big support. Wow, 7% move. Was not expecting that. Really sweet. ISIG, unfortunately selling off here. Gotta keep an eye on it. It's right now 1.5. Below 1.5 is gonna get tricky. So SPI unfortunately sold off again, 887, crazy. I was really expecting that this one, you know, that $9 zone was like a key zone and broke it again. So that's not a good sign for SPI. SPI, wow, really just a big continuation there to the downside. Be careful with buying these dips, guys. We've seen some pretty nasty dips. This one does seem like it might be finding some support, but yeah, okay, there's first green candle. Hit a low of 83. Who knows if it's going to have a reversal or not. Down about 10% from the open SPI now. ISIG is trying again here for that break of 1.6. Typically, I would be pretty compelled to trade this. This is a pretty good setup. With a ticker like ISIG, it's just a bit more unpredictable, a little bit more sporadic, the way this thing kind of flushes in both directions. But right now we had a nice break above the 9 EMA with volume. GOED really did not do too much of anything. This is actually a bit of a falling wedge pattern right now. This could be a pretty sweet breakout here. I'm going to keep watching GOED. Possible entry on it. Be careful with that. Spread is ridiculous. Nice. Small entry here. Not sure what that was just now. Just flushed to the downside. It's a big, big move there. See if we can get out of this one. That stopped me out for the day, I think. You know what? I probably should have stopped trading earlier because I was really looking. Every time I'm looking for a setup, that's not a good sign. Struggling here a lot. Don't like that. Don't see any news coming out though. Not sure why this thing is selling off so much. I have a stop in place. All right, we're out of this trade. Yeah, that was kind of unfortunate. You know, what's extra unfortunate about this one? Actually, are we stopped out here? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 350 average position size. I could actually make another trade. That's tight though. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So we're down 350 right now, 360, 370. I don't know. It's tough to say. On days like today, which happen every now and then. I think pre-market, I knew it was going to be a hard day. I wasn't seeing anything I was really liking. And then I feel like I was trying to come up with almost trade ideas at one point. And we were also just not getting a lot of follow through, which was a little bit upsetting there too. So yeah. Yeah, that was tough. Yeah, it is what it is. Luckily we stopped out. And we didn't sell near the perfect low. This could easily reverse at any moment, but I love falling wedges. I trade them all the time. This time it just didn't work out. That's how it is. Nice, Jonathan. Good to hear that somebody's green. Exact Sciences Corp kind of making a bit of a move here. Hog still trending to the upside, really solid. SRRK, yeah, maybe I should have been a little bit more focused on this one. I wasn't really trying to trade a mid cap. But you know, I shouldn't have not been so overly biased. Sometimes we do pivot around to mid caps and even large caps. I probably don't even do it enough. So I should have been a little bit more open-minded to maybe trading SRRK because it was a little bit cleaner. GOED, yeah, this one, I don't know, still trending now to the downside. Could easily bounce at some point. Wouldn't be surprised. You just don't really know when. And you don't want to get kind of stuck in a ticker that's just in a downwards trend. So no setup for me. ISIG. This was actually the move we were talking about. We had that nice 1 minute pullback, and then we had a good 8% breakout here. This was the exact move I was kind of talking about that I said usually I would trade, but on a ticker like ISIG, I don't know. I'm a little bit more cautious with a ticker like that. So it's tough. We technically could keep trading. I'm not at my 10% down based on my average position size. If I see a good setup, maybe I'll try a really small size. or not a really small size, but you know, I'll try for a base hit, right? Really nice quick base hit. And then if we can maybe start building out, otherwise, if I'm below 400, then I'm gonna have to stop out. So just, you know, keeping an open mind, but at the moment, it's tough, you know. When you're already kind of down a bit, then you sometimes already get a little bit more sloppy, so. Nice 1AP Pro, better than nothing, man. Yeah, no problem. I mean, same here, MP. That was exactly me as well. Yeah, it's super true. SPI really fell off a cliff. I was kind of surprised. I thought SPI was going to do a little bit more, but this thing, you know, opened up and then really just kept on downwards trending. So we've seen SPI open up actually quite a bit and then just continue to the downside. So that's kind of at one point why I stopped looking at it as well. Super true, Diego. Super true. Yeah, GOED having a bit of a reversal now. It's always a little bit like a bitter sweep when you look at this because you're just like, you know, could have held and actually I would have been almost back in the green. But you know, that's not a good way to trade because most of the time it doesn't bounce and then those will just clear out your account. So you got to cut your losses. Yeah, I'm just gotta get used to that. Nice, ISIG still good continuation here. Appreciate that, Harley. Yeah, I like that idea with RXT. What's it at now? Finding a little bit of support around 16. Yeah, if it does break, I would even consider averaging down a little bit myself. It's on its 8th red day in a row. That's insane. All right, I'm gonna take a quick little like 2-minute break, and then I'll be right back. And maybe we'll get another day trade in if we see a really good opportunity. Otherwise, we'll start talking about swing trades. It really depends. Technically, I'm not stopped out of the day yet. I got like $20 wiggle room, but you know, no need to push it if there's nothing. All right, all right. Oh, wait, I thought I still had a little bit of coffee. Well, I'll just drink water for now, then I'll switch it up in a little bit. Market overall is having a pretty okay little recovery here. It's a little bit unfortunate that I gave back so much. Yeah, GOED, you know, that was a pretty good falling wedge. I bought into it a little bit early. I thought the bottom was already in, and guess what? It wasn't. It ended up having a pretty phenomenal move back to the upside, 13%. Always a little bit painful when you have to watch something like that right after stopping out and taking a pretty fat daddy loss. So it's never a fun place to be. ISIG, good thing we didn't chase this in this area, although, you know, the two good setups on this one, coulda, shoulda, woulda, those were pretty sweet moves. So yeah, that one right here in the second little pop to the upside. Unfortunately, we didn't get that, but oh well. SPI is still low as ever before, or slow. But it is making some progress back to the 9.5. I'm not sure how much more it's going to go. Somehow today, I felt like a lot of the moves I was looking for ended up happening, but somehow I traded them too early. If it was a dip trade, if it was this falling wedge, if it was a pullback. So yeah, I'm not on my flow today with day trading. So at one point when you're not on your flow, it's good to wrap up. And that's what the max stop is for, right, on the day. Makes it a very objective kind of line in the sand. Constantine in with the 99 cents, man. Appreciate it. Did you get a green trade? What happened? Nice. Hey, $7. Anything green is better than a red day. Day trading is always one of those careers where you work all day and you technically can lose money from it. It's always a little bit stressful. Nice, Eric. Good to hear some people are cleaning it up a little bit. hopefully, Constantine, you're identifying what's going wrong and you're able to make adjustments. That's always very, very important. Nice, Eric. Yeah, it usually pays to be a bit more conservative, especially pre-market, not get overly aggressive on some moves. That's probably what was probably my big mistake today. I felt like I was fairly aggressive on a lot of setups when I could have been like, you know what, let's just wait, see if it puts in more of a bottom, gives us more of a confirmation, and then traded it. Yeah, new big sizes is always a bit scary. Fluctuates so fast. Oh. Yeah, Eric, I know that feeling. When I was trading Litecoin for 2 years, sometimes you just like you feel like you have your finger on the pulse of it very nicely. But then sometimes you also kind of get a little crazy. I feel like when you stare at something too long. That's why I actually prefer to trade small caps. So I'm always looking at something new. GeoED, man, that was a pretty ferocious dip to the downside. Yep, could happen. Just got to remain humble. Markets do what they want to do. Yeah, some futures, DJ, depends. If it ain't small caps, I ain't trading it. I think one really important thing when it comes to trading is trying to focus on kind of one industry, one asset class, or small caps or large caps. I think once you start trading too many different things, you kind of lose grip a little bit because everything trades a little bit differently. So kind of specializing in something is usually a really good kind of idea. Just like how Ross Cameron, for example, kind of specializes in small caps, lead gappers, right? That's kind of what we're doing on this channel as well. And then we're trying to specialize a little bit in swing trading mid to large caps. So kind of very, very specific. Because I think that the big thing with trading, especially if you're doing just normal trading, buying the spot, right, or if you're doing derivatives, options, there's total different strategies in each one. It's you always hear about people doing different ones, and all of a sudden this is really hot and that's really hot, and it's really easy to think the grass is always greener on the other side. I think at one point you just got to pick something, stick with it, get good, milk it, and maybe at one point take on a second or third strategy, but really nailing one at least first before you hop around too much. All right, now I'm gonna get a coffee for real. I'll be back in a sec. Ooh, praise the Lord, baby Jesus. That was delicious. This slow market, you really gotta freaking put some matchsticks in your eyes. The Russell's features track the small caps. That'd be an interesting way to put it. Yeah, S&P. Was that the ES? I always forget. SPY took a nice little nosedive around 10, huh? I even have SPI on my second screen, still kind of occasionally watching it. Man, even that bounce though was like a 5% pop. That took like, I don't know, 15 minutes. It was just very, very weak. Michael's wondering if there's anything to focus on for an entry. Honestly, I don't know. It seems a little bit weak today. I was looking for another entry to at least hopefully get myself starting to get myself out of the red hole today a little bit. Haven't really found anything I like, and just kind of feel like it's all a little bit too risky at this point. Maybe there's a possibility for a very quick base hit somewhere, but you're also kind of risking, you know, getting caught in one of these nasty flushes that we've been seeing so much. So I don't know. DMC is absolutely right. There's always tomorrow. So I feel like that's probably the best kind of advice for today. Let's dive into Neo a little bit, actually. I don't know if you guys saw the video we did about Neo not too long ago, but it got some really good feedback. Basically, sometimes considered the Chinese Tesla. I felt like short term the stock was a little bit overvalued, and well, it doesn't take rocket science to figure out why I personally thought it was overvalued. But it proved me wrong and ran up again. I think I was looking at it somewhere in this zone after this breakout here. This was a really solid breakout though, all the way roughly to 29.4. Had a quick little pullback there on the 90 EMA. We'll see if this has a continuation or not. I'm generally curious, but to me, it still, you know, had such a strong move from $1.19 that I just don't know if I can get trading this one myself. This one had a lot of momentum behind it, so even the RSI is showing extremely overbought. So I don't see a trade on NIO for me, but you just never know how far one of these tickers is going to go before they start pulling back. That's why it's, you know, you never want to short something with high momentum, 3%, until there's really significant cracks in that momentum, right? And it's still overextended. You know what we should probably do? Right now we have kind of a growth swing, a section where we kind of go through a lot of different overall stocks that we're interested in. And it's sometimes hard to get a little bit of an overview or kind of go through them. So what I think could be a little bit more interesting for a lot of us is if we kind of put together maybe an EV portfolio, for example, or something like that. So let's go ahead and actually... let's do that. Okay, so what do we want to put in it? We want to put Tesla in it for sure. Well, maybe for giggles we can put NKLA in there, but or why not? We do like looking at it every now and then, so why not? Oh, I was just about to put... At first I was like, are we going to do only EVs? But let's also maybe add Okay, how about anything? So it's a little bit cleaner. Anything kind of involved in the EV section. Maybe not like a graphite mining company like WWR, but we'll just keep it like anything in the EVs kind of space. Yeah, CLSK for sure. Obviously NIO. KCAC, they do the battery work. HCAC. HYLN, the what's they call it? They do the trucks, EV trucks. Yeah, you tell them, Constantine. LTHM, is that one? Hold on, I actually don't know that ticker. Solo, we would actually have to look up. I have to look up Solo again. It's been quite a long time since I've looked up Solo. KNDI. Nice. Now I can go through all these, make sure I know enough about each one, do my homework. Can we technically put GM in here with their new EV Hummer? Probably. Technically, we could add every car company because everyone's coming out with some sort of little thing, right? Even like Toyota with the Prius, right? Wait, that's AT&T. What's Toyota's ticker? SPI is back. LTHM. I have to look that one up. LTH. Specialty Chemicals Company. We could check it out. Looks like there's big resistance at 12. It's trying to crack that area. Might be something worth following up on. 1.5 billion market cap. It's a fairly large company. Oh yeah, XPeng. How did I forget about that? I feel like I'm forgetting quite a few companies. Hold on. Well, okay, I guess we have to kind of include some of the larger companies, or else that's just kind of ridiculous. So top 5 brands in the EV sector actually is Tesla, Nissan, GM, BYD, the popular BYD, I don't know BYD, GM, Nissan, Leaf. Don't really want to add that one though, because I don't know much about it. But... all right, well, we can always add to the list. Toyota's TM. Thanks, Final Countdown. Lithium is lithium battery. Yeah, I'm not totally sure if I want to add that. Lithium chemicals, like then I'm going to be going into like adding things like WWR. I'm not totally sure if I want to go down that road. Starting lithium makers. Oh, maybe. I'm thinking about it. I would probably rather have a secondary watch list for something like that, but it's it's a good idea. You know what? How about we add it for now, and then we can always remove it. This is almost painful to add this. I'm not even really sure if I want to leave that. Probably not, but KNDI is here. SPEV XP. Oh yeah, good call. Thanks for that correction. Toy, AYRO. USA Auto Manufacturer. SPI is trying to crack above 9.5, guys. If anyone's looking for a little bit of a dip buy possibility. This is a pretty funny looking company, I'm not gonna lie. What are these, like EV golf carts that are extra ridiculous looking? Versatile electric vehicles. Look at this little trailblazer here. Club car 411. Yeah, well, I would have a good time with that. If this was in my backyard, or, you know, if I had like a bigger property, I would definitely do some silly things with this car for sure. Put a little bit of a brewery in there, maybe a little copper still or something, little portable distillery, because that's important when you're playing paintball. All right, well, AYRO definitely in the list here. All right, let's go ahead and save it. Oh yeah, plug. Totally forgot about that one. Almost feel bad. PLUG. Oops, not PLUG, plug. Question is, how do we want to sort these bad boys? Obviously, sorting by dollar volume doesn't make sense. Probably sorting by market cap could make a little bit more sense. So obviously, we're dealing with Tesla. It's the biggest one, $400 million market cap right here, and followed instantly by, this is Toyota Motors, TM, right, at $185 billion dollars. And 400 billion, sorry. I just I was like, wait, hold on, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, so there we go. It'd be nice to actually sort this a little bit better if we just had just a tad bit more room up here, maybe a little bit. If we just maybe slide this on over. The dollar volume is somewhat almost unnecessary, I gotta say. In this one, so I'm going to go ahead and remove dollar volume. Nope, not move down, just remove it. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and organize here a little bit. Tesla almost has 1 trillion shares. That's insane. That's what happens when you do a normal split, right? Not a reverse split. There goes SPI trying to break that 9.5, guys. This is a critical resistance zone on SPI. I gotta say, it's extremely interesting to watch. It's been on my second screen this whole time. I was a little tempted to trade it, but I didn't. Oh, look at it go. I would not be surprised if it did a flush, though, at very, very soon. So if I was in this area, I would be probably taking profits. This is a huge, huge resistance zone. It does have a little bit of buying volume kind of coming in here. So that's actually a little bit of bullish sentiment. But overall, if I was trying to buy this one, I'd be taking profits in this area, not buying it. So Aaron, if you want to chase something, RNWK. All right, so we're sorting by market cap. Tesla's the winner, TM, then GM, and then all of a sudden NEO, actually kind of surprising there that NEO is kind of squeezing up so much. WWER all the way down here, the graphite mining company, shade central in my eyes a little bit, but hey, worth kind of probably keeping an eye on a little bit. We got NEO, XPEV, NKLA plug. I really wish TD Ameritrade, ThinkorSwim platform showed the float. I feel like the fact that they don't show the float just hurts my soul a little bit. NEO's up the most today. You guys see how slow this computer is? Watch this. I'm going to go ahead and delete an old watch list. Just watch how this thing kind of creeps on down. Right over here on the left side. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's just slowly popping up. Yes. You can just see this thing going away. It's so depressing. So if you guys remember back in like, when was that? Like January, February, March even, into maybe even into April. Yeah, April 420 here. We were doing every day a new watch list and kind of doing everything a little bit more manually. I'm not even really sure why. And then somebody in the chat room was like, Alex, why are you doing this? Why don't you just have the watch list update here? And I'm like, oh my God, you're so right. So it's one of those kind of tiny things where, you know, it shows how important it is to kind of have a bit of a community so we can all kind of learn from each other. Because sometimes the most obvious thing that's right in front of you, you just overlook because you stare at it too long, right? Calm down says, I throw it out the window. Yeah, you have no idea how many times I've almost done that. I will probably throw it out the window in about 4 weeks from now. Once I get the new baby, woo! Oh man, I can't wait. I've probably never been so excited to get a piece of hardware. This is gonna change a lot of stuff because right now the market open is just so slow with this laptop. If I have, I don't know, like I have to have another laptop just for the chat, or else it slows down this computer so much. But yeah, I don't want to complain about it anymore. You guys already know the problems, so yep. So the watch list, calm down, you know this. We have the small cap watch list here. This is an auto updating watch list. It's based on filters we set up. I think like every 5 minutes or so it updates. Should be collectible in a museum. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, who knows? Maybe. Maybe. Have you guys seen the corona levels lately? The spikes have been A bit insane is almost an understatement. Like, it's just flying right now. So this is the daily change in Germany, which has historically been one of the lower hit countries, and they are really starting to accumulate right now, having a bit of a breakout. Worldwide, doesn't look really any better, but let's actually go to United States first. United States has just been in a constant kind of upwards trend. It almost feels like there was never really a first wave because it's still just constantly going up. Although I guess you can consider this the first wave, this is the second wave, and this is the third wave. While in the States, you can really feel like, or Germany per se, you can really feel like, okay, well, we had this, and then everyone kind of felt like it was gone, and now we're having that really big second wave, right? We can't select worldwide. That'd be kind of cool. It's a bit unfortunate that you can't click on worldwide. So the cases here are about 15,000. Hitting that high of 80,000, yeah. And then in Paris, I think they were saying that their actual numbers are much higher. I forgot where I heard this. I think it was in the news. No, it was actually from my roommate. What was he saying? New high. Anyway, the actual cases in, let's say, France are more like 100,000 a day. Because you're only testing pretty much people that are really showing symptoms, right? Or in the hospital or coming back from a flight, which is a very small portion of the population. Yeah, France is actually kind of going off the walls right now. Interesting feedback, Dennis. No, DMC, that's never a fun place. Ah, Michael B, you back. Where were you? To capitulate on SPI. Personally, me, I would take this opportunity at 9.5. I would have took that opportunity at 9.5 or like 9.4, whatever it was, to close out. I'd probably be closing out here if I didn't close out before. Who knows? I could be totally wrong. It could easily shoot past 9.5. Anything's possible. But I do know that, you know, this one's kind of trending down right now, or in general, it is still in downwards trend, and 9.5 was a big support before. Now it's, you know, acting as resistance. So I'd be a little bit nervous, but it could have that, you know, could have that run all the way to VWAP. That might be something worth holding on for, but I'm usually a little bit too risk averse for that. Yeah, I feel like I'm usually not optimistic enough when it comes to these small caps. Like, I oftentimes leave so much profits on the table, but um, I, I'm so traumatized by being up, 3, 4, 5% and then closing for a 1% loss. I've had it. Like, it's like the worst feeling ever. And like potential upside, if it happens, great, but it's no longer like what I'm looking for. Yeah, Constantine. I think I think as long as we remain patient, I think we can do it. If there's no opportunities tomorrow though, then we gotta also keep that in mind that tomorrow, we don't want to force anything either. Hey, does anyone know a formula for TD Ameritrade where I can make the shares show the million? I was fooling around with it I think last week and I couldn't come up with one. Shares don't show from what I've found, so I don't know if you guys have an answer for that. It's really kind of stressful, I gotta say. Yeah, and the worst part about a calm down is they don't even give you the shares variable. That's why I can't, or I have yet to. There's shares traded on the day, but there's no overall shares outstanding. That's the problem. Oh, thanks guys for the support. DPW, actually that's not a bad idea. Well, I wouldn't be touching it today unless you're really interested in swing trading something like DPW, which I usually wouldn't be. We always trade this one usually on bigger volume days. It is kind of coming closer to some big support. We have huge resistance above. This thing's really missing a catalyst. It needs a catalyst to rip through it. And it's actually kind of funny. They had a catalyst today. It just doesn't look like it was significant at all. DPW Holdings announced the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease highlights milestone research. University of South Florida, Tampa. Yeah, it looks like just some general PR here. This is actually their website. Pretty heavy duty stuff here. So it's diversified holding companies. Actually from 1969. That's a pretty old company. I don't know, based on their stock price, I'd be very, very weary on a ticker like this, because once it dips below $2 and starts going back towards $1, which probably will happen at one point, this thing's going to have a reverse split, and you know it's going to introduce more dilution. I wouldn't be long-term DPW for sure. Who knows? Maybe before it does break the 180 or 170, this 180-day moving average, maybe it's going to find some support and then rip past $2 again on one of those morning spikes before it keeps selling off. So that'd be my biggest hope. That'd be like my best play on DPW, hoping for some sort of quick rip on some sort of catalyst. And it looks like they're trying to rip it themselves. Who knows, with kind of pumping out some articles here. It's hard to say. Buffalo Bull was born in '69. Nice, man. That's my boat. Thanks, Constantine. Jets is kind of worth looking at here, guys. This is another one of those tickers that, or ETFs, that airline ETF that is probably going to be more and more interesting as kind of this corona news gets a little bit worse and worse. This is kind of actually what I've been waiting for this ticker. So still have a limit order on this one. Would love to trade at one point, but at the moment it's a bit of a waiting game for me. Overall, RKT, Rocket Companies, finding a nice little base here at 20, DKNG, hopefully finding a base at 40. I really hope this one doesn't go down much more. We did have that dilution with that offering they came out with. Thanks for the reminder. I think Abdul told me that yesterday on the chat right at the end. I can't really see it right now. But yeah, XPEV, still have a limit order open on this one. RXT, Rackspace, looks like they're finding some bigger support here, bouncing up again. HYLN, Hillian Holdings, I really hope they don't dive much below 20. I'll probably be closing this one out no matter what, probably for, well, actually, I don't know. It could be a profitable trade. It depends. It needs to get back to 25, then ideally move to 30. And then I would look to take some profits there if that's possible. LMND, this is really unfortunate. I bought this one too soon. I've been averaging down. One of my biggest losers at the moment. IPOB, you know, of course, the one where I'm like, okay, let me be a little bit extra conservative here. This one was a perfect little pop to the upside, 11% move. Would have took my profits. Yeah, I don't even really know what to say on this one. I guess I'm just going to wait a little bit longer, but I don't know. It's a pretty sweet move we had. I'm actually going to move this a little bit lower for now and then just kind of wait on this one. IPOB, really nice move there yesterday. KCAC. Oh, I think this is the one that I forgot to mention on the EV. Did I? KC? No, I listed this one as well. Finding some support. Yeah. I really do appreciate that, Constantine. That's some serious hustle you got there. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up. It's been a heck of a day, a little bit of a slow day. One of those days that just kind of plays tricks on me a little bit evilly. I'm down about 370. So I was actually just checking my monthly stats. I thought we were at 4,000 already, average position size. We're actually at 3.6 thousand. So I was stopped out today. I hit my max stop loss and I'm done. I was done trading today. I thought I had another 20 bucks or 40 bucks even, or 30, I don't know. But I didn't. So yeah, we stopped out of trading today. It was just not a good trading day. I kept pushing it to the limit. I kept trying, and guess what? Boom, kept on digging a deeper hole. I'm sure, if I kept on trading, maybe I would have just kept on going down. I don't know. At the same time, I had that feeling that like, oh man, we're getting some of these bigger moves, but it's a slippery slope. I don't know. I wanted those bottom bounces, but I should have waited for them and not stopped myself out of trading. So let's go ahead, wrap it up here, guys. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the content. I really, really do appreciate all the likes. If you're totally new here, consider subscribing. I know today was a bit of a slow day, but usually it's a little bit hotter. I'll see you guys then first thing tomorrow, and I'll see you guys in the recap video. Like always, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Peace out. Ciao. Final countdown, so these are green. Nice.